Nova Scotians came within a hair's breadth of being able to peer into documents, a controversial case involving the Premier, his former Justice Minister, and a former Justice Department lawyer.
Right, and it all relates back to the province's duty to consult with First Nations. And a few years ago, an argument put forward by that lawyer, Alec Cameron, that in a certain case the government didn't have a duty to consult because they were dealing with, quote, conquered people. As you can imagine, that elicited a firestorm of controversy, and the Premier and Diana Whalen at the time both distanced themselves as much as they could from Cameron. They said the views weren't theirs, they weren't the views of the government, and that Cameron was acting essentially as a free agent. Cameron says, though, that if he can get his hands on these documents, they will show that there was no free agency going on here at all, that in fact he was acting with the full knowledge of his employer.
And what the government did last week was take the unprecedented step of going to the Supreme Court of Canada to get it to rule that these documents should be sealed for the time being to keep those documents secret.
Right, and the documents obviously could be a real problem for the government. The Premier's brand would take a major hit if it's shown that he misrepresented his position, and it by extension becomes a further problem for the government because they've got 3 by-elections coming up, 2 in Cape Breton, 1 down in Argyle-Barrington. They'd like to think that they have a chance to win some of those. They've spent a lot of time supporting the ferry service between Yarmouth and Maine. They've announced plans to build new hospitals in Cape Breton. But if the Premier's brand is dragging down the party, it becomes that much more difficult to win seats.
And we saw that in 1995 with John Savage, when he was convinced by the party that he was so unpopular that he should step down for the good of the party. Now, we're a ways away from that kind of decision, but we're 2 years into a mandate, so if the Liberals are going to make a change, a dramatic change, they're going to have to do it soon.